The greatest of all time, the Lego Goat. Unattainable for years on end. This is how I went from tragedy to triumph. Allow me to regale you with this not-so-epic tale. Oh, hello there, friends. I'm James. This is Walter Limited. Welcome back. Where were we? The year was 2012, and we had just moved to a new duty station with the U.S. Army. Our little family, just my wife, 2 daughters, and me at that point, went to see a movie at the theater near our new post. I don't remember what the movie was, but I do remember the sticker shock from that $15 per ticket price tag. Now, directly across from the theater was a Lego store, the first I'd ever been to in my life. Inside were castle-themed sets on the wall. Specifically, the newly released 10223 Kingdom's Joust and 7189 Mill Village Raid. Unfortunately, that one was already retired, unbeknownst to me. We were living in a hotel room out of suitcases while we waited for our lodging to be ready. And there was not a lot of space. Not only that, I was still in my dark age, and Lego was still just a toy for kids. Hadn't been able to justify it to myself yet. Regardless, I promised that I would be back for those castle sets soon. A few months later, after we did finally move into our house and everything was settled, I returned as promised. They were gone. All of the castle sets were gone. I didn't know it at the time, but Kingdom's Joust was only gone temporarily. Mill Village Raid, on the other hand, I would never see on shelves again. I was crushed. I had finally convinced myself that it was okay to buy sets for me, to buy Lego for me, an adult. And here we were, my most beloved theme, gone. Because of this disappointment, I wouldn't buy a new Lego set for myself for months. But, not willing to give up all hope, I did pull out my old collection, and we bought the kids a few new sets so we could play. As a result of pulling out my old Lego, I realized that parts had gone missing over time. I mean, some of these sets at that point were 25 to 30 years old. But it did help me find Bricklink to solve that problem. It was a wonderland. One more time, I dreamed over sets that I had wished for as a kid. And I found new treasures, like 10193 Medieval Market Village that was also retired. Brickset and Rebrickable were also feeding into this nostalgia. The only problem was the prices were too much to justify. Tragically, because of my slowness to embrace Lego as an adult and come out of my dark age, I also missed out on the opportunity for Lord of the Rings sets. Go ahead and like and subscribe. The year was 2015, another military move, and some very stressful training. I found myself in the toy aisle at the Target. I picked up some Lego construction sets. Not like building, but like the construction theme, to help decompress. And at that point, my dark age was truly over. Then it was 2016 and a transfer to yet another new duty station. There I discovered that people were selling Lego in any number of places. Craigslist, Facebook, eBay, all over the place. At that point, I had bought a couple of modular buildings and a few other sets, and I had a slowly growing collection. But my first love, Castle, was still absent. To my chagrin, I had emerged from my dark age just in time for Castle and Lord of the Rings to enter theirs. I started searching for Medieval Market Village, Mill Village Raid, and Kingdom's Joust in earnest. I really wanted them. One day in 2018, I found all three of them being sold as a group, new in box, on my local Craigslist. And they were just over $250. It was the proverbial offer I could not refuse. That was one of my most expensive purchases of Lego to that point. But it was glorious. Cracking those boxes open and building up the Lego sets took me back to my childhood. It was the glorious days playing with Forest Men and Black Falcons again, just with a new setting. I was in love with Lego again. I only discovered what treasures those sets were much later on. And during the pandemic, I actually learned about the Lego community online and the ubiquitous yearning for goats. I didn't know it was a thing. I just thought the goats were cool, and that had been the set that I had missed. Thankfully, I was able to pick up another copy of Mill Village Raid early on during the pandemic for under $150, which was not that much more than 2 goats were costing at that point. And so at that point, I expanded my herd to 4 goats. As the pandemic ended and I started interacting with other Lego fans in person, I found out that 4 was actually quite a sizable herd of goats. From that point on, Lego proceeded to tease us for a couple of years. They gave us brick-built goats, they gave us stickers of goats, they gave us Friends-style goats, they put goats in Disney sets. There were set references in Lego advertisements, in media. They knew we wanted goats. They were taking their time about it. Feel free to leave a comment down below what your experience with the Lego goat has been, or if you have any other similar tragic and triumphant experiences with a Lego set or a minifigure or something like that. And now today is the new golden age of the Lego goat. In 2024, we already have one new version available with the Goat Herder in Collectible Minifigures Series 25. In about 2 weeks, we'll get a second new goat in a different color in 10332 Medieval Town Square. We're basically getting buried in goats now. And with that, tragedy has become triumph. Well, this ends the telling of my not-so-epic tale. I hope that this truly has sparked a golden age of the Lego goat. Thanks for watching.